Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about the Java 3-layer architecture. So let's begin. If you take any Java enterprise application, that application is divided into multiple layers. That is because as our application starts growing, it is very easy to maintain and it is very easy to debug the application. That is why we are going to divide our application into multiple layers, and also we will use the architectural design patterns. So in this video, we are going to discuss all the layers in detail. So let's start with the first layer, which is the presentation layer. First of all, the application is divided into three main layers: the presentation layer, the service layer, and the data layer. So the first layer is the presentation layer. So the presentation layer is also called as the controller layer. So every layer has its own roles and responsibilities. Similarly, the presentation layer has its own roles and responsibilities. It manages the control flow of the application. The presentation layer accepts the HTTP request. It accepts the information from the client and it passes to the service layer. The presentation layer contains the model classes. These model classes are nothing but the POJOs, plain old Java objects. They contains the private fields, setters and getters, and some toString methods. And these presentation layer objects never communicate directly to the data layer. So the presentation layer accepts the information from the HTTP request and it passes to the service layer for further processing. So once the service layer has done its processing, the service layer sends the information back to the presentation layer, and it's the presentation layer responsibility to prepare the information that are required by the client and send it as a HTTP response. So that's the job of the presentation layer. So similarly, the service layer is the middle layer. It sits between the presentation layer and the data layer. The service layer never accepts the HTTP request, and also it will never manage the control flow of the application. The main job of the service layer is to perform the business logic. It will do most of the heavy lifting work of our application. It performs all the business logic, and it will also call the other services from the outside of the world for further processing. It might call to the other microservice, or it might call to the other REST services for further processing. The service layer contains the data transfer objects. Again, these are the POJOs, plain old Java objects. It contains private fields, setters and getters, and toString method. The service layer accepts the information from the presentation layer in the form of DTO, and these are the objects that are travel back and forth from presentation layer to the service layer and service layer to the data layer, and vice versa. So the service layer sometimes communicate with the data layer for further processing, for saving the data or reading the data, or even for database operations. Once the service layer complete its job, it will send the information back to the presentation layer, and it's the responsibility of the presentation layer to prepare the information that are required by the client and send it back to the client as a HTTP response. That's the role of the service layer. And the last layer is the data layer. Data layer is responsible for communicating with the database, and it performs all the database operations like create, read, update, and delete, and even it contains the SQL queries to read and write the data. So the data layer never accepts the HTTP request, neither it will never manage the control flow of the application. Data layer never directly communicate with the presentation layer. The data layer never performs any complex business logic. It's the responsibility of the service layer to perform the business logic. So the data layer contains the data access objects, also called as repositories. These are the things that contains the SQL queries, create queries, read queries, or any other SQL queries. Data layer also contains the entity objects, and these entities are nothing but the POJOs contains some private fields, setters and getters. But the fields that contains in the entity class that are required to persist the data in the database. And please note that the presentation layer objects do not access directly with the data layer objects. Similarly, the data layer entity objects never return as a HTTP response because the data layer objects contain some crucial information or some sensitive data that should not even exposed to the end user or to the client. So this is the Java 3-layer architecture, and every application is divided into these three main layers: the presentation layer, service layer and the data layer. So if we divide our application like this, then it is very easy to maintain and it is very easy to debug the application as our application starts growing. Alright, that's all about this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.